Bruno's 14th opponent, the experienced old pro Eddie Nielsen from Swindon. Pro boxer for 11 years. Oh, and he's over in the first 10 seconds. Well, he was always a bit vulnerable, but not usually that early in a fight. And Bruno's going for a very quick win indeed here. Now, can Nielsen weather this? He said he could take anything that Bruno threw, but he can't. 30 seconds on the clock. Sid Nathan counting into his ear. Up at 8. And it's going to be all over in the first. Joe Bugner took 5 rounds to beat Nielsen. Never had him down like this. Nielsen's up quickly. Sid Nathan looks at him. On you go. Still not a minute on the clock. Well, this is altogether an amazing performance by Bruno. Completely overwhelmed his man, smothered him with punches, never given him a chance. And the big southpaw from Swindon, with 35 fights behind him, doesn't know where he is or what's hitting him. Now, can he survive? Still not halfway through the first. Gary Lawless said he didn't feel too sure about letting Frank Bruno go against his first pro southpaw opponent, but hasn't done too badly so far. There's some blood coming from somewhere. Must be Nielsen, surely. May well be his right eye, and that's the one that Bugner stopped him with. 2 minutes gone. And Nielsen has been allowed back in. And Nielsen's right eye is certainly damaged. Bruno trying to take his time now. The early storm has blown itself out. And Nielsen's right eye is going to give him real trouble. This is the one that Bugner opened up and that stopped Nielsen in the 5th round. And now we're coming to the end of the first against Bruno, and it's done again. Well, Nielsen survived it. Round 2. 21-year-old Bruno, 32-year-old Nielsen, and Nielsen with that vulnerable right eye, damaged, cut. Nielsen 15 stone 9, a pound and a half heavier than Bruno. Well, Nielsen in his heyday put a few people away, but he was always a bit vulnerable himself to the big punch. Never fought for the British title. Retired from the ring, made a comeback last year after 3 years out, and Bugner's the only man who's beaten him so far in the comeback. Done a good job on the eye, it's not bleeding. Moving well and mixing his punches well. And Nielsen's bobbing head, a constant target for those Bruno bombs. 2 rounds he's got through. Bruno towers over his opponent here. 6'3" Bruno, got a marvellous reception when he came into the ring. And this American, Bill Sharkey from New York, weighs only 13 stone 11. He's almost 2 stones lighter than Bruno, and he's only 5 feet 11, so he's 4 inches shorter. Well, he's an experienced campaigner, Sharkey, but pro for 9 years. I don't honestly think he can give Bruno, almost 2 stone, and what, 13 years in age. Very noticeable indeed here at Wembley that Bruno got a good reception. The public, the British public, beginning to warm to this young man, only 21, who's having his first fight tonight since that sensational knockout in Chicago in July over Mike Jameson. It happened in the second round with 2 of the best punches that any young heavyweight from Britain has thrown in years, and it left the American paralyzed. Bill Sharkey, a very small man for heavyweights. They grow big these days, and Sharkey's only 13'11", and just under 6 feet tall. And he's complaining that Bruno hit him on the back of the head, which is not a very good start for an experienced pro like Sharkey. Some years ago, Sharkey went in with a man called Mike Weaver, who only recently won a version of the World Heavyweight Championship. That was 1977. He went in with Weaver, and he took him to a points decision. But that's 6 years ago. And over goes Sharkey, fairly predictably, I would have thought. Flat on his face, and almost certainly flat out. Yes, he with the reputation of being more of a boxer than a fighter. Speaks no English. The first man from Argentina to box in Great Britain since the Falklands conflict. The heavyweight champion of his country. In his last appearance, Figueroa was disqualified for throwing low punches, and that was in Atlantic City on December the 15th against a Cuban, Jose Ribalta. And a right hand puts his man down just under 1 minute from the start. And he doesn't look as though he's going to get up. He can't make it, he's stunned, and he's counted out in, I make it, 67 seconds.